creators saying, well, I don't think they would subtract an hour from the Banfield body cam. I think the Banfield.
Of course you wouldn't, because you like to think that nobody would ever do anything nefarious to cover up a giant screw up in a quadruple homicide that's been on the world news. And then the entire world is at your doorstep asking questions. And you guys say, oh shit, who we thought was Bryan Kohberger was us. Do you realize how long it took for people to realize that it was an hour off? Oh, I don't think they would do that.
You and Pav and Sherlock and a bunch of others seem to be on this new narrative that the footage is off by an hour, that Moscow police purposely altered the body cam footage and Linda Lane cameras, etc., to reflect a different time than when things actually happened. And that's absolutely ludicrous. But I will be addressing all of Pav's crap in another video because I'm still waiting on a FOIA from Moscow Police Department. But first claim you're making is that, when everything came out with Kohberger, they realized, oh my gosh, that was our car and not Kohberger's. The Banfield body cam footage was released on December 8th of 2022. Okay, before Kohberger was even on their radar. So you're trying to claim that they went, and they meddled with the body cam footage and changed everything by an hour. Yeah, no. Why would they be doing that when they were still looking at different suspects, hadn't even gotten the name Kohberger yet? I mean, well, I get you don't have critical thinking skills, but try to use them, Bertie. Just try, you and Sherlock and Pav. And then the other thing is you had Sherlock doing all this Delta time crap, and he couldn't even add right the first time he tried it, or subtract. Like, dude doesn't know math. But he's trying to say that the car going by at 4:19 a.m. on the Linda Lane footage is really the car that's going by the kids on the Banfield at 3:12 a.m., even though it matches up with a vehicle going by at 3:12 a.m. So I just want to show you the Linda Lane footage and the Banfield, actually show people on YouTube, and hopefully some of those will be people that listen to your crap, and they'll realize, oh, well, maybe we're being lied to by Bertie and Sherlock and Pav. So let's watch. So that was the car that went by at 3:12 a.m.
In the middle of the roadway, afterwards. So, not saying you're a bad person or anything, but there's a way to do it, obviously.
Okay, and that's when that vehicle went by them at 3:12. Okay, and that was the one at 4:19 that Pav and Sherlock and Bertie are all trying to claim was actually the one you see in the Banfield body cam footage. But it's not the same vehicle, and that vehicle actually drove by a little slower than the one that drove by at 3:12. And I put together the two frames together on one screen so that you can look and compare them. So let me show that next. So the top frame was the one at 3:12, and the bottom frame is the one at 4:19. And if you watch those videos, you can see that they were definitely from different times. The cars were different. The video was not spliced at any point, because I know that Pav keeps trying to claim the video was spliced. But if you look at the smoke cloud that's coming up from over near the steam plant, it's even different between the two times. And just the bugs flying around in front of the camera, everything. You can tell that this was not spliced. But also, for Sherlock and those claiming that the car driving by the Banfield stop was actually the car from 419. It is not. We're going to do a close-up look at the vehicles. All right, so if you watch that video, you can tell that's a dark colored vehicle, and this is a still shot. It is a dark colored vehicle. This was the one at 312. Now let's watch the one at 419. Okay, the one at 419 is clearly a lighter color vehicle. So now let's look at what went by the boys at the Banfield.
So, not saying you're a bad person or anything.
It's kind of hard to see, and in this still shot it is too, but it is a dark colored vehicle. So it's just like the one that goes by the Linda Lane footage at 312, not the light colored one at 419. But here I'll put it in slow motion so that hopefully you can see better that it is a darker colored vehicle, not light colored. So it was definitely the same one that was seen on Linda Lane at 312. There is no manipulation of this body cam footage, folks. No manipulation of the Linda Lane footage. Like I say, I'm going to delve further into it once as far as the timeline and this stupid notion that it was the undercover cop car that was circling around 4 o'clock, when that's absolutely not true. But I just wanted to debunk this part because it was the easier one to put out there first. It didn't need anything that needed to be waited on. And just, again, be careful about who you get your information from, because not everybody is truthful. Not everybody's on the up and up. And a lot of people are doing this for money, and they don't really care about the victims in this case. They don't care about Kaylee, Maddie, Xana, or Ethan, or the surviving roommates, or the families. And it's really sad.